Hey guys, that's your Rachel Legends. Welcome to the video. Sending some loves and positive vibes your way, especially if you need them out there today. Today's going to be a good video, guys, because I have an appetizer before the main course. It's a 2-for-1. I kind of reverse clickbaited you because I'm going to give you bonus content here. I wasn't going to do a whole shard opening with 50 ancient shards to get my hands on a brand new champion, Preva the Slitherer. But I'm going to do that before we get to the top 25 farmable champions. I didn't say the F word, free. Now I did.
Is there a problem here, sir?
I don't think so.
Can you come to the back of the plane with me so we can have a talk?
But not free, but you can get them for free if you play long enough or spend enough to progress enough. You guys get what I mean, right? Like, you know, the Lydias of the world. That's going to be the type of champion on this list, including at least one campaign farmable champion as well. So let's go lightning round here. Give me the legendaries or a bunch of blues. Cool. Give me the legendaries, lightning round, boom, or a bunch of blues. And give me the legendaries, take 3, here we go. Boom, 2 epics, yay. Jarek, Tyrell, ooh, I don't want to exit the game, but maybe I do. Okay, here's the legendary, the last pull. The last pull of the appetizer is gonna be none other than Mystic Hand, who actually, to be fair, has a really cool aesthetic about him, no? I've always thought that Mystic Hand, it's just like, I kind of feel bad for him almost, you know? But he looks really cool for a rare champion as well. He steals 2 buffs from the target, and then he heals a single target. Okay, well, there he is. He's not good, but he looks kind of cool. All right, anyway, guys, let's go. Did I get some clan versus clan points for that? At least I got some rewards here, right? All right, our clan's doing pretty well here. What did that get me? I was at like 15,000 right before all those shards. And now we're at a whopping 32,000. Yay! All right, I'm gonna farm tonight. Number 25 on our actual video topic is gonna be good old War Maiden. I promised you a campaign farmable, and here she is. And I'm not just throwing her in to be cute in the last spot. War Maiden, of course, can be farmed in the Dreadlands, stage 9 of campaign. She has the AoE decreased defense, on a 3-turn cooldown. Still the only rare to have that 100% 3-turn cooldown when booked. She belongs at number 25. I'd still recommend new players pick up a War Maiden. Even if you get your hands on like an Ugo as a starting champion or something like that, I still think you should go after War Maiden because you'll need her eventually, even one of those pesky secret rooms in Doom Tower. Number 24 on our list is going to be High Katoon. Now, High Katoon, I don't know. I might be snubbing High Katoon. I'm looking at orcs here. She's a barbarian. Like, where's my head at here? It's early morning, time of this recording. Cut me a little bit of slack. High Katoon. You could argue she might even belong higher, but let me tell you guys, when we get to the top, 15, 10, all the champions are like on the same level as some of the best pay-to-win champions, which in a way is actually really good. Like, they're really freaking good. A lot of champions that even I use a ton, more so than a lot of the, even mythicals that I have. All right, I digress. High Katoon, you get her on day 30. She's got the increased speed. She's got the decreased turn meter. She's got the decreased speed on her A1 and the speed aura. Still a champion, again, worth building for pretty much all accounts out there. She's still very, very good in terms of bringing all that speed and turn meter manipulation that you could want, especially early to mid-game, and progression inside Raid Shadow Legends. Number 23 on the list is our good friend Rosin Scarhide, a permanent fusion inside Raid Shadow Legends. I still think he needs a buff desperately.
Just give it to me!
He used to be a top 10 champion in the game when I started playing in 2019 here on the channel. He was on some of my early top 10 lists, but he's been dated a little bit. 91 speed for a legendary is not that good. A whopping 7 book down to 6-turn AoE, even though it has a good ability, 100% turn meter decrease, is still far too high of a cooldown in the modern raid age. But the A2 Shear is still incredibly good. Defense-based, decreased defense, weakened, great for bosses, and a triple hitter on his A1, while also removing random buffs from the target. Really solid champion still to this day, and like I've said about most of these champions so far, he's still worth going for. You need to go for him anyway for the Arbiter missions, but he's still worth building and using, especially with Faction Wars hard mode. You'll definitely get some utility out of Rosin at some point. Number 22 on the list is going to be a tag Tag Team Arena champion in Drexstar Blood Twin. He's a little bit lower because, honestly, they've introduced a lot of burn champions that are accessible or have been accessible, throughout the years now. He used to be a lot, not better. He's still good, but a lot more essential because there wasn't that many burners, right? I mean, now they're giving new players Supreme Galek for free.
Yeah, boy.
So you guys get what I'm saying, right? Still, that being said, he has nice damage. He has self-heal on his A1, allowing him to solo a lot of content, which is very, very good. He's got an AoE provoke that hits pretty hard, defense-based, and he has that passive where he's placing the burns on the attacker when he's hit, which is nice because it's not predicated on his speed. All he has to do is sit back and get attacked. A great defensive-based control damage dealer in this burner, right? Number 21. I had a tough time ranking these next few, right? I guess it just depends on what you're looking for. And I could say that about the whole entire list, to be fair. But I'm going to give Yannicka number 21. Now, Yannicka fragments you get from the clan shop. So the Bazaar and Tag Team Arena for Drexstar, the clan shop for Yannicka. So clan quests or Hydra clan boss, that kind of stuff. She's worth picking up fragments for. She has a very hard-hitting Elven Judgment, which ignores shield. Really good ability. And then she brings a Perfect Veil, an extra turn as well, and if she's under a veil, she AoEs 2 times on her A1. It's a lot of damage. She's really one of the better Spirit Affinity legendary damage dealers out there in the game. So a lot of love for Yannicka. She always surprises me with her damage output on any team that I use her in. All right, number 20 is going to be numero 12 is, where is he in Epic? It's Dark Kale. Dark Kale's really good champion. He's a Doom Tower Secret Room, a farmable champion on the normal track, right? Because he's an epic. He's got 3 poisons and poison sensitivity on a single target. He's got an AoE, decrease attack, and increase the duration of all debuffs. And then most importantly, he has the activation, not just of poisons, which he has in his kit, but also burns on the A1. Definitely my favorite Doom Tower normal track champion by a long shot. I will give an honorable mention to Akoth the Seared and to Ryan the Conjurer and to Archmage Helmet, 3 champions who could have easily been in that 25 spot instead of War Maiden. Okay, so that's Dark Kale. Oh, by the way, he has that passive Delirium, which can mitigate critical hits, which is really more effective than a lot of players give it credit for, seeing as how most bosses, especially older bosses, only have a 15% crit rate anyway, okay? So good mitigation there. Number 19, sticking with the Doom Tower here, we have one of my personal favorites. I tend to be a little bit higher in every one of these videos in years past. I do get comments about, Ash, you're a little bit too high on Euros of Soul Cage. But I love the big fella. I love this dude. I think he's actually underrated. He can solo a lot of content because of the poisons on his passive. But he also has a provoke in his kit on his passive. Whenever an ally is attacked by under his strengthen, has a 50, make it a 75% chance of placing a provoke on the attacker for 1 turn. That's a nasty control ability, and this is only his passive. He has good protection in strengthen, ally protection, 75% damage mitigation, and more control on his A2 ability that scales up to a stun based on how many poisons are on the target, which he's dishing out all over the place on his A3. He's super tanky, almost 25k HP. What's not to love about Euros of Soul Cage, man? He's my favorite Doom Tower hard legendary in the game. He's not my highest ranked, but he's my personal favorite. This next one, I know I'm going to get so much hate for because people so unfairly hate this champion. But I'm not going to stand for the hate. It's Gerda Bogbrew coming in at number 18 on the list.
Then you shouldn't have it.
Gerda, the reviews are going to be one of the worst legendaries in the game, right? People hate her. People hate her. She's a daily login reward champion. So we get her from just playing the game long enough. Granted, you get her very late into the daily login reward, after a year, I believe. So I totally hear the frustration around that. However, she's tanky. She got an AoE weaken. She's placing poisons. She's got a debuff spread, provided they're under weakened. So some conditionality in her kit, which I can understand. So first of all, she's tanky, okay? 20k HP, 1300 defense. Number 2, she has an AoE big version weaken, okay? 3-turn cooldown when booked. If they don't get the weaken, they get 2 poisons instead. On the A3, this is her best ability, right? 3-turn cooldown, 100% chance to remove a random buff from all enemies, and then has a 100% chance of placing 2 poisons on all enemies, and then removes 2 random debuffs from all allies. There's a lot going on this ability. The poisons, the cleansing, the removing buffs from enemies, and the weaken in her kit. And then whenever an enemy receives a debuff, their turn meters also decrease by 3%, which is very, very nice. She lands several debuffs herself, so there's constant turn meter manipulation going on while she's on the team as well. I like Gerda. I think she's a fun little support champion and damage dealer with those poisons. If you like a champion like an Uragrim, for example, what's not like to like about a Gerda Bogbrew? She's more of a progression champion, so I understand that the timing of when we get her doesn't really align to when she's best served in terms of utility on your accounts. That's why I like her, but she's still number 19 or 18 on the list. Okay, number 17 on the list is going to be Yakarl. Yakarl the Scourge. He is also a clan market fragment champion. Similar to Yannicka, he's also worth going for, probably more so than Yannicka, because on top of some pretty decent damage here, he's the king of freeze, right? He's got Blizzard Rider. He's a barbarian with that cool background, by the way. Yakarl, man, he just does it for me aesthetically. But this Glaciate, he got a big buff about 1.5, 2 years ago now. An AoE with 100% freeze, can't be resisted if the target's turn meter is over 75%, and which is great because that's a good opening move in the arena, provided you have a speed booster going ahead of him. He's good for control, generally speaking, and damage as well. Solid champion. Increases champions' damage by 10% each time, for each freeze, excuse me, in the battle. Decreases the damage he receives for each freeze debuff, and he has an unkillable whenever he kills a champion under a freeze. So a lot of freeze kind of synergy going on here. I like Yakarl. He comes in at number 17. At number 16, we do not have to go far. That's a dude that I don't have. The first guy that I don't have on the list, and it's Chronom. Chronom, you got to have friends playing the game, and that's a problem for yours truly. No friends. So, actually, I do have to give a shout out though. I have some amazing viewers. If you want to join in and help me, by the way, I'm not trying to like beg here, but
Please, just please.
I got to give a shout out to Ashhound, to Refer Account for Ash, and to T-Flaz. Going through, T-Flaz actually got to level 50 for me. So I'm on a journey to get myself a Chronom, but it's not easy to get Chronom. I envy anybody who has him. Did you guys, if you have Chronom in the comments, did you go through the work of actually building up all those accounts on your own? Did you really get friends? Either way, he's kind of like a ninja light, you know, so to speak. He has an AoE burn, and then on a different ability, he can activate those burns. So if you don't have a ninja, Chronom is really close, but not as good. Not quite as good, kind of by a long shot. But still, he's a ninja light. He's a very good damage dealer, especially against bosses. He's a good champion for sure. That's why he comes in at number 16. At number 15 on the list, it's going to be Eryx. Eryx is an HP-based AoE nuker, great in a Slayer set. AoE, chance at removing a random buff from each target at a 35% clip on her A1, and then another AoE with a stun on her A2. She's got ally protection and a counterattack on her A3, and then she has turn meter fill as well as heal on her passive. A very simple champion, but she can hit like a truck. She's a great HP-based nuker. She's great for wave control with a stun. She's great for anti-Cometus teams in the arena. She has all kinds of use case. She hits pretty hard, and she's just a fun champion. And man, the smoke monster vibes. Eryx! I love you, baby. I mean, I love her and Holstering. I say it all the time. Two of my favorite champions. I just love this smoke emanating from them. Just such a cool design about this champion. All right, number 14, speaking of cool designs and champions that I love, it's Scylla the Drakes. Come on down, Syl. I love Scylla the Drakes. Have you heard?
Hello, Ash. Chris Hansen here of Hansen vs. Predator.
Listen, I think this is a fair spot, a fair, unbiased spot for Scylla the Drakes. By the time that, when you get Scylla the Drakes, almost everybody can use Scylla the Drakes. We think of her as like, okay, she got a stun, she got a revive, whatever. but she's got a really solid stun on a 3-turn cooldown, 2-time hitter, and the decreased speed on her A1, which is fabulous. Decreased turn meter as well on her A1. Great control here when you put her A1 with her A2. And then she's a great healer as well with her passive, a la an Elva or a Siphi type passive with that passive heal, plus the revive, plus the control. She still is a unique and very, very capable champion, especially for when you get her in the game. I'm a big Still of the Drakes fan. You may have heard. All right, from Chris Hansen maybe. Number 13 is the highest ranked Doom Tower legendary, so the last one on our list, and it's Varl the Destroyer. Varl, man, I slept on Varl for a long time, but in longer battles, he's one of the more competent attack-based damage dealers in the game. Mass murder, it all comes down to his passive. Increases champion's attack by 10% each time he uses an active skill. Stacks up to 100%. It makes him an incredibly good, I would say A+ tier Hydra damage dealer. What's even better, or even more so, is he brings an AoE big version weaken 100% cooldown. So that allows you to pair him with like an Ugo or somebody like that for the decreased defense, and you've got both the big debuffs, damage dealing debuffs covered on your team. He has a very, very hard hitting a Calamity Torrent on his A3 as well. It can deal over $1 million per shot against Hydra clan boss. Obviously a bit gear dependent there, but man, when that mass murder is stacked up, doubling the attack is very significant. Number 12 on the list is going to be a mission champion, and it's good old Ramen2 Drake's Blood. So Ramen2 is a very interesting champion because he should be used almost more than he is out there, right? You let me know if you have him and if you use him a lot on your account. I don't see a lot of Ramen2, but when I do, you know, I'm scared in the arena because he's got the AoE block passive skills. There's not a straight up AoE 3-turn cooldown block passive skills, not like Ramen2 has, especially removing all buffs from all enemies. Block passive skills is so hard to find. There's like 4 champions in the game: Chalco, Carnage, Ramen2, and Rhonda. That's it. That's it. I'm talking single target included, and he's one of them. Insanely good ability here. Very, very good. Such a threat everywhere. With his A2, he's got like 15 debuffs, aka 5. Really, really good ability here. It kind of reminds me, maybe even in a feral set, like a Rio Bone Spear A2 ability. Very good champion. Comes in at number 12. At number 11, another champion yours truly does not have, and it's Maud. Hi, Mother Maud. Maud is a fusion chest leftover champion. How are you guys doing on your Maud journey out there? Man, I don't know. I hate the way that they made unlocking her work and what is going on right now. And I don't want to buy your deluxe epic skill tome package.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
$60, what a steal. Okay. Thank God. Jeez, took long enough. All right, Maud. I'm at 75 out of 100. But the crappy thing is like, I can't exchange any of my fragments anywhere. And they take so long to unlock the exchange. Anyway, you get her by exchanging your fragments into chests where you can hope to get a couple fragments for Maud, okay? Either way, she's worth it when you do get her. She's a reviver, but also a cleanser, and frankly, a lot more. She's got a decreased duration of all enemy buffs, increased duration of ally buffs. She's got the revive, like I said. She's got the Tuanarok-esque passive, where she's cleansing at the start of this champion's turn, kind of like a Doom priest type move, and then a continuous heal on the ally with the lowest HP, as well as a decreased attack on her A1. Very, very good kit, very tanky as well. Nothing bad to say, certainly, about Maud. We've entered into the top 10, guys. We've entered into the top 10. All right, now we're getting into some serious good free / farmable, so you don't get mad at me for calling them free, and I'll be very careful not to put free anywhere in this title, anywhere, or the thumbnail. Farmable. All right, be Vizix. Vizix the Unbowed. Vizix is so good, so good. She might tail off in the very tippity top of the end game, but everywhere up till there, she's so good. She used to be so bad. They gave her a big buff, and they nailed it. Great turn meter control on her A1, a decreased speed on an AoE. I love it. My favorite debuff in the game. And then an AoE provoke on a 3-turn cooldown, all from a Void Affinity champion. 2 AoEs, both 3-turn cooldowns. Can put her in a curse set, can build her for damage, can build her for control. She brings so much to the table from a Void. Great control champion, just tremendous control champion. Underrated still to this day, in my opinion. At number 10, now things take a tier even up more, right? I feel like we're getting into S tier territory. We're verging on A+ S tier, and we're going with Carnage at number 9. It feels criminal to put this dude at number 9. He's such a threat in the arena. I do feel like he's not quite as good in PvE as he is in the arena. Not to say that he's not great at killing waves, and he has like very useful debuffs for sure. We mentioned block passive skills. He has debuff spread. He has swapping HP. He's stealing buffs and turn meter and the whole 9. And then he can nuke on his alternate form. And he ignores shield buffs, he ignores ally protection, and he can place a block revive, which is a massive threat in the arena. He also has the best arena aura in the game and the highest attack in the game. Unfortunately, it doesn't translate to the highest multipliers, ergo the highest damage in the game, but he can still pack a punch for sure on his alternate form. Carnage, of course, is the reward you get from beating Amos in the Cursed City enough, right? All right, number 8. So number 8 is going to be the final reward champion from Clan Siege. It's Authoritrix Lammasu. Lammasu is so good. She's one of the only 5 fastest champions, 6 fastest legendaries at least in the game at 115 base speed. She's on like a 10-way tie for the fastest champion. She's got speed in all battles, which of course can be used as well in places like Cursed City and Clan Siege, and anywhere in the game, right? It's all battles after all. She's got an AoE decreased attack on her A1. She's got a block buffs and a true fear, or a decreased speed against bosses, a la Hydra. She's so good basically everywhere. Wave control, arena, Hydra clan boss. Just a very, very good, unique champion because of this icon of domination. It's a 4-turn cooldown, a cleanse, 2 intercept stacks on them, and fills target's turn meter by 50% and resets the cooldown of all of their skills. Very freaking strong ability, right? It's a mini Shu Zen. She's also immune to sheep. Very good champion. It pains me to rank her at number 8. I don't know, guys, man. Am I crazy? Number 7 is actually Mithrala. Mithrala Lightbane. She's so good because of this passive. She has very high resistance equal to her accuracy, and she has petrification based on enemies targeting that are under, if the enemy's under hex and they target your ally, she'll petrify them potentially, right? Very strong, great control, great, just this Gaze of Stone is one of the more powerful passives in the game, which again is why Carnage and these block passive skills like Ramantu are so good, because every champion from here on out is going to have a busted passive. Maybe one exception. She's got the cleanse, she got the strengthen, she got the shield, she got the increased attack, the increased defense, she's got the hex on the AoE, and the poisons on her A1. Oh, she's just so nasty. She brings so much to the table. She's fast, she's tanky, and she is the Hydra clan boss legendary that everybody eventually will build the farm and get. I've been posting these community tab polls on my YouTube channel, trying to figure out where you guys are in terms of getting these, farmable champions. So I'll probably post Mithrala next to see how many of you guys actually own Mithrala. It helps me out when it comes to kind of, creating content. I don't like creating content on champions that only like 1% of my audience has. All right, number 6 on the list. This one is the one that I had the least faith over out of all of my rankings in the game, and is none other than Palera. Palera Fireheart. Nobody has her at the time of this recording.
I am out of your league.
She's the Faction Wars 2.0 mythical champion. I'm taking a conservative guess as to where she'll land on the list. I feel like 6 is good, but she might be even higher. Okay, that's how I feel about her. But considering nobody has her, she's a tough champion to rank. But I did want to include her. She's looks really freaking amazing, right? She has single target damage 1 at a time. She's ignoring shield. She's ignoring block damage. She's ignoring unkillable. She's instantly activating burns. She's block reviving If they have a burn and a freeze, she has 2 sources of damage. She's got a triple hitter. She's got ignore big defense. She's got an HP burn on L enemies if the target's killed. It can't be resisted. She's destroying max HP. She's dealing more damage to enemies under burn and freeze. She's ignoring the damage reduction granted by freeze debuffs. There's a lot going on here, right? She's got an extra turn potential, and this is just her base form. On her alternate form, she becomes a defense-based champion with block debuffs, with a strengthen on all allies. She's got ensnare on all enemies for 2 turns. It can't be resisted by enemies under burn and freeze. She's got intercept stack on all allies. Super freaking strong. Plays a freeze on all enemies. Can't be resisted. This is on a 3-turn cooldown. She's got allies under freeze receive 90% less damage. Once per round, revives each ally, including this champion, with 100% HP. Freeze on that ally for 1 turn, cannot be resisted or blocked, aka 90% damage mitigation. This is her. This alternate form is so strong to me. It's so strong. She's got a lot more than that, but we'll be here all day talking about Palera. Again, she could climb on the list, but I don't want to put her top. I don't want to put a champion top 5 that nobody has or has played. Number 5 on the list is going to be Embreeze. Embreeze is the Chimera Clan Boss Mythical champion. You get him from, well, destroying some Chimera Clan bosses, right? Embreeze is so good. I love Embreeze, man. He's one of my favorite champions they've added to the game. He's such an insane threat, but he is, I would have ranked him even higher than this, but to me, he's very arena focused, right? I mean, he's got removing Stone Skin, for example. Unless you're going to start adding Stone Skin waves somewhere, Nightmare Dungeons or something, who knows, and I don't want to give him any ideas. You know, he's more of an arena guy, but he's one of the best arena guys, right? He's got extra turns. He's got 2 extra turns in his kit, right? So you get this extra turn. You can go to his alternate form. You can take another extra turn, increase his ignore defense. You go in and atomize, aka just destroy everybody, kind of a delete button there. And then he has a block revive on his A1, which always makes him a threat in the arena. This guy's just nasty. He's nasty. And then, of course, he has Necrosis, right? Which are stacks he can't get rid of that do damage every turn. The only way to get rid of them is to place a Stone Skin buff. There's like 2 champions in the game who can do that, or revive somebody, right? So he has so much going on. And we've only talked about, again, like a lot of these mythicals, I'm not going to read their entire kits. We'd be here for half an hour, which we already are here for a half an hour. But yeah, Embreeze is so good. I love this dude. He looks so cool. Looks so cool, man. I love it. I love this dude. All right, number 4. This might surprise some people here. Number 4 is a super oldie, but still a goodie. I think she's actually underrated, hence ranked so high on my list. Even over, and it's tough. It's very difficult to rank an Arbiter compared to a Carnage, for example. They're so different. But Arbiter still, to me, to this day, she's still so good. I think she's underrated still to this day. She's got that big, juicy turn meter increase by 30%. 30% is really the best in the game. There's a few ways you can get higher, but in terms of traditional turn meter boosters, it's a 30% on a 3-turn cooldown with the increased attack. It's still the essential, or quintessential arena setup ability, right? Setup move in the arena. And then the heal as well if they're less than 50% HP. 25% heal is a very significant heal. You can use her as your main Hydra reviver and support and turn meter booster. You can use her anywhere in the game. She has Enforced Humility. Decreasing duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn is very good now because it's polymorph proof. Against bosses, she can bring the big version of Weaken. It's actually really good. 50% chance on each hit on her A1 ability. And then she has another turn meter fill in her kit. In addition to the 30%, she has a 20%, which is a revive, but you don't have to revive. But if you do revive, you get an extra turn. You come in with the A3 and you heal them. I just think it's such synergy. She's an AoE reviver. She's still one of the better turn meter boosters in the game. She's got a very useful A1 and an A2. She's got a great speed aura for arena battles. And her base stats are money. 21k base HP, 110 speed. Yeah, hopefully I've convinced you. Arbiter, I still think, is a top 5 farmable champion. Palera maybe could take her place in the future. But today, I still give Arbiter her due. All right, number 3. Another one that I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with me or be like, dude, Ash, you're way too high. But yeah, Lydia, still. Lydia is the Faction Wars 1.0 champion. Crazy how I have her ranked ahead of Polera, right? And it may be crazy, but Lydia is so good. She's so good. She's less of a PvP champion, certainly in the end game. But before that, she's great, right? Progression, farming your Great Hall or whatever. This with all the revivers in the game, the Death Hold is still unique and is still really powerful. And it's really one of the only moves in the game that can counter an Embreeze type champion or a Nice, right? Because it ignores block revive. Her revive ignores block revive. That's the only skill in the game that ignores block revive. That's really special, really strong, and I always forget about it if I go against her in the arena. And I'm running a block revive champion. I'll go in with a Phenax, and then Lydia will trigger a revive. What the heck just happened? But really, with Chimera coming out, it really made sure that she stayed top 5 in my mind. Maybe she was creeping down into the top 10, but now she's a trial beast, one of the better trial champions in the entire game. That's how good she is. And then she is one of the best debuff. This Siren's Wail is one of the best abilities in the game. It's got increased speed, it's got a strengthen, it's got a weaken, and a decreased defense, all in one ability. 3-turn cooldown, AoE, all allies, all enemies. It's so strong. So yeah, and she's fast, she's tanky. Lydia still, to me, is a top 3 farmable champion. Number 2 is going to be, now I personally love like the new shiny objects, right? Like I like Embreeze, I like Carnage, I like Lammasu, like those newer champions. I like them a little bit more, or in my head, they seem fresh and a new toy for me, as compared to Mikage, who I fused right away when she came out. But Mikage still is the champion. I say this all the time, but pragmatically, she's the champion that I use more than any champion on this list. On my account, my best Hydra team, my best Chimera team, my best Fire Knight team, you know, you name it, I use Mikage. Half the Doom Tower bosses, because she's the best, to me, she's still the best ally attacker in the game. And ally attack is so powerful. It's got the Silken Snare, which is the best manipulator of buffs and debuffs, enemies and allies in the game. So when you have the best buff and debuff manipulator and the best ally attack, and a great control portfolio, so to speak, profile on your alt form with the buff removal, the weaken, the increased accuracy on all allies, and the AoE stun and turn meter decrease, some busted passives, and one of the fastest champions in the game at 115 speed, and the mini ally attack on the A1 with Shadowkin Faction at Ninja Toshiro. Insane. You put it all together, she's number 2 in my book. She's number 2. You could even make the case that maybe she's number 1. I think Mikage is still such an insanely good champion, and I'm so happy, even though it's a very arduous fusion, I'm so happy that she is a permanent fusion in the game. Number 1 on our list, that only leaves one champion, right? Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go to him. You know where he is. You know where he is. Yaga the Insatiable. Number 1 champion in the game that is farmable. It's Yaga. Why? First of all, he's a beast. He looks insane. He looks insatiable. And look at this. Hungry. I'm just kidding. I wondered how long I would have to go with it for somebody to buy in.
You can't keep getting away with it.
All right. It's Marius! Of course, it's Marius the Gallant. It's Pyomai. I love this dude. Who doesn't love this freaking dude? He's the number 1 champion in the arena by far, and he's the number 1 damage dealer almost everywhere in the game. Maybe 1A, 1B alongside Newt, right? The AoE, the decreased duration of all enemy buffs, so good in the arena. It's polymorph proof. It's enemy max HP anywhere in the game, from Iron Twins to Phantom Shogun, anywhere. Hydra, Chimera, you name it. He's void affinity. You don't have to worry about affinities. He brings all the buffs that he needs with the extra turn. Not just for him. He's not selfish. He gives it to the whole team. Whole team. Increased defense, ergo more damage on his A2. And of course, he's the best Enfeeble champion in the game. Obviously, Androck has Enfeeble on his second form. But man, Marius has it on his A1 on an AoE at a 50% clip when booked, and he autos with it all the freaking time because he's immune to turn meter, he's immune to decreased speed. Whenever an enemy changes form or attempts to decrease the champion's turn meter, he counterattacks with the Auric Lance. His enfeeble, so he can neutralize the enemy, and he's got a great defense aura all on top of that. It's the cherry on top of the proverbial, well, the #1 champion that's farmable inside Raid Shadow Legends. Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree with my list? Either way, let me know about it. Yell at me in the comments below, guys. That's going to do it for the video. Thanks for watching till the end. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.